The moon hung low in the ink-black sky, casting an eerie glow through the dense canopy of the ancient forest. The wind whispered through the gnarled branches like the murmur of distant souls, and the rustle of leaves echoed through the silent night. A thick mist slithered among the trees, cloaking the forest floor in an otherworldly haze. A group of 4 friends, Mark, Sarah, Mike, and Emily, ventured into the heart of the woods, seeking the thrill of a Halloween night escapade. Their flashlights cut feeble beams through the darkness as they navigated the twisted paths, the forest swallowing their voices and muffling their laughter. As the group delved deeper, the atmosphere grew thick with an unsettling tension. The air seemed to vibrate with a spectral energy, and the shadows danced in sinister patterns. The friends brushed it off as nerves, attributing their unease to the natural eeriness of the woods. The forest opened into a small clearing, revealing an ancient, dilapidated mansion, its skeletal frame standing as a testament to a forgotten era. The group hesitated, but curiosity gripped them, pulling them toward the decaying structure. The front door creaked open, with the agonized groan of rusty hinges, and an icy draft welcomed them inside. The air within was stale, laden with the weight of forgotten memories. Dust danced in the flickering beams of their flashlights as they explored the desolate mansion. As they ascended a grand staircase, the temperature plummeted, and whispers echoed through the empty halls. "Did you hear that?" Sarah's voice trembled as she clutched her flashlight. The others laughed nervously, dismissing her fear, but as they reached the top of the stairs, a blood-curdling scream pierced the silence. Emily was gone. Panic seized the group, their flashlights darting wildly, illuminating nothing but the suffocating darkness. Frantic footsteps echoed through the mansion as they searched for Emily, but the house seemed to warp and shift, leading them in circles. As fear tightened its grip, Mark and Sarah stumbled upon a room bathed in an unnatural red light. The air pulsed with an otherworldly hum, and there, in the center of the room, stood Emily. Her eyes were vacant, pools of darkness, reflecting the crimson glow. She spoke in a voice not her own, each word a spectral whisper that sent shivers down their spines. The forest breathes, the mansion weeps, the past cannot be silenced, leave or be consumed. A cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing their flashlights in the pitch darkness. They heard the haunting creak of the mansion settling into the night. The walls seemed to close in, and the air thickened with malevolence. As Mark and Sarah stumbled back into the hallway, they were met with an endless corridor of shifting doors. Desperation etched across their faces. They pushed forward, pursued by unseen forces. The mansion groaned and moaned, its ancient timbers alive with malevolent energy. One by one, the friends vanished into the shadows, their terrified screams swallowed by the forest's insatiable hunger. The mansion, now pulsating with an unholy power, settled back into the silence of the night. The ancient forest, shrouded in mist, swallowed the echoes of their terror, leaving no trace of the ill-fated friends who dared to disturb the restless spirits that lurked within. The moon cast an indifferent gaze upon the haunted woods as they reclaimed their secrets, and the night resumed its ghostly vigil. Days turned to weeks, and the forest seemed to hold its breath, as if savoring the lingering fear that clung to the air. No one dared to venture near the accursed mansion, and whispers of the disappeared echoed through the nearby town. But curiosity is a persistent ember, burning in the hearts of those who dare to seek the unknown. A group of thrill-seekers, drawn by tales of the haunted forest, decided to test their courage. Among them was Rachel, a skeptical journalist armed with a camera and a determination to debunk the supernatural rumors. As they entered the forest, The air grew heavy with a sense of foreboding. The group hesitated at the edge of the clearing, eyeing the dilapidated mansion with a mixture of awe and trepidation. Rachel, however, pressed forward, her camera capturing every eerie detail. The mansion's doors swung open, as if beckoning them inside. Rachel's companions hesitated, exchanging uneasy glances, but the journalist was undeterred. With each step, the air grew colder, and the familiar whispers returned, this time more urgent, more demanding. As they explored the mansion's haunted corridors, Rachel's camera captured glimpses of shadowy figures that seemed to flit in and out of existence. The walls groaned, the very foundation of the mansion resonating with a malevolent force. In the room where Emily had uttered her cryptic warning, Rachel's camera malfunctioned, glitching and distorting the images it captured. Undeterred, she pressed on, her determination clouding her judgment. The mansion seemed to come alive, its spectral inhabitants manipulating the very fabric of reality. The group found themselves trapped in a nightmarish maze, the walls closing in on them. Desperation etched across their faces. They clung to each other as they navigated the shifting labyrinth. Finally, they stumbled upon the room where Emily had stood, her eyes vacant, a vessel for the malevolent force that gripped the mansion. The air hummed with an otherworldly energy, and the room pulsed with a sinister light. As Rachel raised her camera to capture the ominous scene, the air grew thick with an unseen presence. The ghostly whispers crescendoed into anguished wails. Shadows coalesced into indistinct forms, dancing in the crimson glow. A voice echoed through the room, a chorus of the lost and forgotten. You disturb the balance, the past must be laid to rest. The walls trembled as the very fabric of the mansion rebelled against the intrusion. The group, now paralyzed with terror, witnessed the room transform. The mansion, weary of the living, sought to consume their essence and bind them to its haunted history. In the blink of an eye, the room crumbled, and the forest reclaimed its spectral secret. The mansion vanished into the mist, leaving no trace of those who dared to disturb its restless slumber. The moon, now hidden behind a curtain of clouds, cast a pallor over the silent forest, as if mourning the intrusion of the living into a realm best left undisturbed. The forest, having swallowed the remnants of the ill-fated group, sighed with a spectral satisfaction. The once ancient mansion, now reduced to whispers in the wind, became a mere echo in the haunted expanse. The tales of the disappeared only deepened, weaving themselves into the fabric of the forest's dark legend. Months passed, and the town at the edge of the woods grew uneasy. The stories of the haunted forest spread like wildfire, warning even the bravest souls to steer clear. Yet there are always those drawn to the allure of the unknown. A paranormal investigator named Ethan arrived, armed with an array of ghost-detecting gadgets and an insatiable curiosity. He was undeterred by the ominous reputation of the forest and the tales of the vanished. As he ventured into the once cursed woods, the air seemed to ripple with anticipation. The remnants of the mansion, now ethereal whispers in the breeze, guided Ethan deeper into the heart of the forest. The moon, veiled by wisps of clouds, cast an eerie glow on the path ahead. Shadows danced on the periphery, and the temperature dropped as if the very air recoiled from an ancient malevolence. As Ethan approached the clearing where the mansion had once stood, the spectral remnants of the building materialized before him. The mansion, no longer a decaying structure, existed as a spectral mirage, a manifestation of the tormented past seeking release. The ghostly figures, once trapped souls, beckoned Ethan toward the center of the clearing. He felt a pull, as if the forest itself willed him to bear witness to the tragedy that unfolded within its depths. Ethereal voices murmured in his ears, recounting the tales of the lost and the damned. In the center of the clearing, the air shimmered with a ghostly energy. Shadows coalesced into phantasmal forms, revealing the tortured spirits of the mansion's past. Their eyes, haunted by memories of long-forgotten pain, pleaded for release. Ethan, sensing the profound sorrow that lingered in the air, began to understand the depth of the forest malevolence. The spirits, trapped in a perpetual purgatory, sought closure. The mansion, a conduit for their anguish, yearned for redemption. With a voice that echoed through the clearing, Ethan spoke words of solace and understanding. He implored the spirits to find peace, to release the shackles that bound them to the haunted realm. The air quivered with anticipation, as if the very fabric of the forest held its breath. As Ethan's words reached the tortured souls, the clearing erupted in a blinding light. The mansion, now a spectral silhouette, disintegrated, and the forest absorbed the lingering pain that clung to its roots. The spirits, finally freed from their spectral prison, ascended into the unknown, their anguished wails fading into the night. The once haunted forest, now released from the burden of its tormented past, embraced a newfound tranquility. The moon, emerging from behind the clouds, cast a gentle glow upon the now silent woods. The tales of the haunted mansion and the disappeared became mere echoes in the folklore of the town, a cautionary reminder of the delicate balance between the living and the spirits that linger in the shadows.